नमस्सर्वेभ्यः कक्षायां स्वागतम्। प्रार्थनया
नमस्कारः।
प्रारम्भं कुर्मः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। हरिः ओं तत्सत्। तो अस्माभिः द्वितीयपाठे दशमभागे पाठः प्रचलति सन्धिः इति। अस्माभिः ज्ञातं यत् प्रथमभागे दृष्टं यत् अस्मिन् स्तरे वयम् अच् सन्धीनाम् अथवा स्वरसन्धीनां विषये पठामः इति। तेषु प्रप्रथमः अस्ति सवर्णदीर्घसन्धिः। अद्य अस्माभिः सवर्णदीर्घसन्धिविषये ज्ञानं प्राप्तुं शक्यते। यथा नाम एव वदति सवर्ण दीर्घ संधिः। यदि वर्णद्वयं तत्रापि स्वरवर्णः स्युः वर्णद्वयं युक्तं भवति संयुक्तं भवति। यदि परिवर्तनं संजायते तत्र दीर्घः भवति। यत् परिवर्तनं संजायते दीर्घेण परिवर्त्यते। तत्कारणात् सवर्णानां दीर्घसन्धिः अथवा सवर्णदीर्घसन्धिः इति नाम. In the previous lesson we have come to know about swara sandhi. Let us now study savarna dirgha sandhi, not dirgha, sorry, savarna dirgha sandhi, one of the swara sandhis in detail. Carefully read the following sentences. Vishnu दैत्यारिः इति प्रसिद्धः. दैत्यारिः दैत्य अरिः दैत्यानाम् अरिः दैत्य अरिः दैत्यारिः. Okay, so दैत्य अरिः आ दैत्यारिः इति सवर्णदीर्घः तत्र. So Vishnu is famous as the enemy of demons. बालकः विद्यालयं गच्छति. विद्या अथवा विद्या आलयं विद्या आलयं आ प्लस आ विद्यालयं विद्यायाः आलयम्. आलयं यत्र विद्या पाठ्यते विद्यायाः आलयम् इति समस्तविग्रहं. तत्र सन्धिः तु विद्या अपि च आलयम् इति. विद्या अधिकम् आलयं विद्यालयम् इति. बालकः विद्यालयं गच्छति. बाय गोस् टु द स्कूल. गच्छामीति सः उक्तवान्. गच्छामि इति सः उक्तवान्. गच्छामि इति ई गच्छामीति इ प्लस ई अधिकम् ई इति दीर्घः. गच्छामीति सः उक्तवान्. I will go, so he said. शिवः पार्वतीशः इति उच्यते. पार्वती ईशः ई अधिकम् ई इत्येव दीर्घ अधिकं दीर्घ दीर्घ एव भवति. पार्वतीशः शिवः पार्वतीशः इति उच्यते. पार्वत्याः ईशः पार्वतीशः, the lord of Parvati. Shiva is known as the lord of Parvati. गुरूपदेशः श्रद्धया श्रोतव्यः. गुरु उपदेशः गुरु उपदेशः गुरूणाम् उपदेशः अथवा गुरोः उपदेशः इति समस्तस्य विग्रहम्. अन्ततो गत्वा गुरु अधिकम् उपदेशः इति सन्धिकार्ये संगच्छते. उ अधिकम् उ इति गुरूपदेशः श्रद्धया श्रोतव्यः. The teachings of great teachers should be heard with devotion, with focus. वधूर्मिका उत्तमा अस्ति. ऊर्मिका इत्युक्ते रिंग, फिंगर रिंग. ओके, वधू ऊर्मिका, वधू वध्वाः इति किमपि स्यात् षष्ट्याम्, ऑफ द वधू. ऊर्मिका, ऊ अधिकम ऊ, वधूर्मिका, दीर्घ अधिकम दीर्घ, दीर्घ एव, एक एव दीर्घ शिष्यते. अत्रापि तत् अत्र ऊकारस्य अत्र क्षम्यताम्, अत्र ईकारस्य आसीत् पार्वतीशः इत्यत्र, विद्यालयम् इत्यत्र आकाराणाम् आसीत्, आकारयोः द्वयोः इति वक्तव्यम्, ऊकारयोः, अत्र ईकारयोः, ऊकारयोः च, ईकारयोः अत्र ऊकारयोः, वधूर्मिका इति, दीर्घ अधिकं दीर्घ, दीर्घ एव, परन्तु एक एव दीर्घ भवति, अतः परिवर्तनम् अस्ति इति मतः, अतः संधिः दीर्घसन्धिः. वधूर्मिका उत्तमा अस्ति, the bridal ring is very good. पितॄणस्य प्रत्यर्पणे पुत्रः क्लेशम् अनुभवति. पितृऋणः, पितॄणः, पितृ अथवा ऋणम् इति स्यात्, अहं न जानामि, ऋणः इति वा ऋणम् इति वा पुल्लिङ्गे वा नपुंसके वा इति विस्मृतवान् अस्मि, ज्ञातपूर्वम् आसीत् परन्तु स्यात्. पितृऋणस्य, पितृऋणस्य, पितुः ऋणस्य इति विग्रहवाक्यम्. Of the father, the how do you call runa in English? The debt that we owe. So the parental debt.
Loan, sir. In English, it is loan.
Huh?
Rin is loan.
Known. Known is
Loan,
not
loan.
loan. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Loan. Yeah, you can say that. It's a very weak phrase, but we can say that. Okay.
Better word would be favors.
Loan is also okay. We'll take it. So parental loan, not exactly money. We know Indians, we know this. Pitrinasya pratyarpane putraha klesham anubhavati. The son experiences difficulty in returning the parental favor. Okay. It sounds very lame in English, but we know what it means. Okay. All right. So r adhikam r iti tatra drishyam samyak nasti, r iti evam etasya upabhagam yatha व्यञ्जनेन सह स्वरस्य चित्रणं भवति तथा अत्र न दर्शितमस्ति. अस्तु, अग्रे पश्यामः. सम्यक् डबल वोर्ल इस् देयर. ओके, पितॄणस्य प्रत्यर्पणे पुत्रः क्लेशं भवति. एवं तु अस्माभिः किं किं दृष्टम्? अ अधिकम् अ, आ अधिकम् आ, इ अधिकम् इ अधिकम् इ, उ अधिकम् उ अधिकम् उ, ऋ अधिकं ऋ. एतयोः उदाहरणानि दृष्टानि. ऋ इति दीर्घ मूलतेन न भवति, तदर्थम् उदाहरणानि न दर्शितानि सन्ति. अपि च अत्र यद्यपि चित्रणे ळकारस्य, अत्रापि अक्षरस्य सूचना सम्यक् नास्ति. ळकारस्य एवं भवेत्. अहं टङ्कयित्वा दर्शयिष्यामि. I've forgotten how to type it. Okay, forget it. I have to remember how I used to type it.
Sir,
this
Guru Upadesha is Guru, is it Rasva Guru or Dirgha Guru? Guru plus Upadesha.
Guru plus Upadesha. What do you think? You tell me. Is Guru Shabda Hrasva Ukara or Dirgha Ukara?
Dirgha.
Are Guru Shabda is Hrasva Ukara. Guru.
Oh, that is Dvivachan is Guru.
That Dvivachana. This is only one Guru. or multiple gurus. In any way, Pratipadika is Ukaranta Guru Shabdaha. Here it is a Pratipadika Guru, no Vachana there. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Then Upadeshaha Ukara, Harasva U, Dirga U, Guru Upadeshaha. The words in the bold type above are made up of two words. The last letter of the first word and the first letter of the second word is a vowel, and they are letters of the same kind. Savarna, that is the meaning of Savarna. Matching Varna, same Varna. In fact, probably the English word same comes from Sa origin. Who knows? So what is there in the picture for us? So we have this big matching chart of Purva Bhagasya Antimaksharam, Parabhagasya Pratamaksharam. Okay? So in that we get these diagonals. A, I, I. Okay. U, R, R. L, L. So all combinations of R with L or L with R produces Dirgha R, including R with R. Okay, but for us, these three are a little redundant in Samanya Samskritam. So this row and this column technically can be deleted from this picture, in which case we get the remaining letters participating. And remember, here is the Paninian Akara, which is a, and also also all the Pluta, Dirga, Hrasva, Anuswara Yukta, Ananuswara, and also the three tonal variations of Vedic colors like the Udatta, Anudatta, Swarita, all those things are embedded in that Akara. Okay? And that is there is a great Shastra called Paninian Shiksha, which goes into the details of all that. Okay, we will leave it at this time. Move forward. But interestingly, if you see in the technical Pattika, Savarna Dirgha Sandhi is start fourth. Okay? Because it is an exception Sandhi. These diagonals are exception to existing coloration. So first actually Panini colors yellow, then he colors this pink, then he colors this blue swatch, then he colors the green swatch. Because for him, he's very scientific. He defines the general and then the exception so that he can compact his software, right? So that's why it comes later. Okay? But for learning, it is easy. So we teach it first because we don't look at it as paint this first and then paint that over it and all that. That's all technical. Okay. Yes.
Sir, one question, please. Sir, is this Li included in the Savarna Dirgha Sandhi? Because it doesn't have a Dirgha Akshara, it's only one swara in the alphabet.
Which one?
Li.
L has two variants. L has a Hrasva and a Pluta. Paninian L, the font showing up is incorrect, but anyway, the Paninian L has a Hrasva variant and a Pluta variant. It doesn't have a Dirgha. That is because the Likara doesn't have a Dirgha, the substituent is a Dirgha Rikara. Okay?
You mean Li gives rise to Rakara?
It does.
Anyway, it's not mentioned in the book. That's why
It is mentioned in the Paninian Shastra. So if you go into if you go into Vedic text, you will find this and this.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, Laukik text doesn't deal with L so much. So if you see the Purusha Suktra, there is a kliptam chame, like that. There is that kliptam, the kl kakara with likara is there in that kliptam chame, like that. Okay. Let us see which of the vowels you have joined in these examples. Okay, don't get distracted by these beautiful pictures. Daityaha adhikam arihi daityarihi. So we saw all this. Vidya plus alayaha vidyalayaha. Gachami iti gachami iti. So we already did this. So We can skip over this. In this way, if a, I, U, R, either short vowel or long vowels, are followed by the same short or long vowel in the place of the two vowels. See? So some Purnadesha or we call it, I mean, let me not use this Purnadesha, Ekadesha, Dvyadesha all too loosely. Panini has specific reasons why he uses those terms, but just understand this as substitutes both or substitutes one type of thing in the mind. Okay? So here is a substitutes both type of sandhi. Two vowels with a long vowel of the same kind is substituted. This is called Savarna Dirgha Sandhi. Observe this change in the above example. Okay, we have seen this. Okay, so move forward.
Sir, this avagraha, when does it come? Meaning, if there are two long vowels, avagraha doesn't come?
We are not dealing with avagraha here.
Okay.
No avagraha chinha comes because of Savarna Dirgha Sandhi.
Okay.
Okay. Sometimes people misuse avagraha nowadays in the edited text, so I can understand your confusion. Sometimes because they know people are pretty dumb nowadays, I'm sorry to state that, some people type in the Savarna Dirgha Sandhi of two Dirghas with an extra avagraha to show it came from two Dirgha akaras, because otherwise people will split it all weird ways. So just to what you call aid our lack of knowledge, they do all that. But there is no such rule of inserting avagraha to denote dirgha adhikam dirgha is equal to dirgha with extra avagrahas. Okay? That is the answer to your question. But you will see that. I agree. I have seen people throw in even double avagraha for dumbos like us. Okay. Split the following words. I have to mute somebody who was unmuted. So, split the following words and point out the combination of vowels in it as shown in the example. So, cha, pi, cha plus a p. So this over time, our brain tunes in. So there is no word natively called cha, pi. So there must be sandhi. We look for it and say, okay, cha, pi, cha, pi. So it becomes slowly innate. Sometimes after a while, when you reach a stage, you don't want to split it, because you are quite familiar with the combined form and move on with it. Some are very, very standard pairs. Okay. Kopi, kapi, these kind of thing. Chapi is also such a thing. You hardly break it. Two avyayas joining together. And also is this single word almost in our mind, though it is actually two words. Chapi. Cha plus api. A plus a. If you want to not say plus, you can say adhikam. So tapasashrama, tapasa adhikam ashramaha, tapasashramaha. So the exercise is very straightforward. So I'm going to invite Jayanti Subramaniam Varye to help us. Jayanti Subramaniam Varye, please unmute yourself. So please read it and name the splits for us one by one. Number one.
Tapasashramah. Tapasa plus ashramah. A plus a. A.
Very good. A plus a. Khras. So I have a mistake here. Let me edit it straight away. Otherwise it will remain. Don't look at the remaining answers while I do that. Okay. Continue, Bhagini.
Tadapi. Tada plus api. A plus a. A.
Very good.
Girishah. Giri plus ishah. E plus e. E.
Very good.
Astiti. Asti plus iti. E plus e.
No. Here just hraswa. E plus e. Cut it
E.
because we are trying to read a hraswa. Make it little more half hraswa.
Okay.
E plus e.
E plus e. E.
ठीक है.
Sadviyam. Sadvi plus yam. E plus e. E.
Very good. Thanks, Bhagini. Well done. So, yeah. Rukmani Raghavan. Rukmini, I guess.
Yes, sir.
Namaste, Varye.
Namaste.
Your chance. Very easy questions today.
Parvati va. Parvati E plus va. Trisva.
Hmm.
E
You-
plus E plus U.
E plus E is equal to E. You have to say that just the way Bhagini was reading, no, just without break, you just continue. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Guru P. Guru U plus U.
No, there is no dirgha. See, no, Bhagini, what you are doing, no, you're jumping the gun a little bit. Jumping the gun is an English phrase to say you're already thinking of how to fill. Just you do that mentally. Because other students will wonder what you're saying like that, because students expect teachers to have done the thinking and say it in a order. So the same way now you are like a teacher now. So guru uktihi, guru plus uktihi, u plus u, like that you have to go. Okay? Like you're teaching, think of us like nursery students. Okay? Then you will teach correctly. Yeah.
Bhanudhayaha. U plus U.
No.
U.
No, see, you are looking at the compound and judging that it is U plus U. The compound has U already because Savarna Dirgha has converted it. In the original, all you are reading, you are skipping this. You see, Banu plus Udayaha. U plus U, like that. Like a nursery kid. You are teaching us who are nursery kids. Okay? Don't go to very, very complicated mode. Yeah.
U plus U. U. Gachami va. Gachami plus iva. E plus E. E.
Yes. All the nursery kids are clapping for you. Continue, Bhagini.
Vani shaha. Vani plus Ishaha. E plus E. E.
Yes. Dirgha plus Dirgha. Well done.
Thank you,
Thanks,
sir.
Bhagini.
Thank you,
Thanks,
sir.
Bhagini.
Thank you.
Welcome. Now, little more. Few more are there. So let's call Parvati Sriram.
Hari Om.
Hari Om. Bariya. So Prathama Panchanam Uttarani Bhavatyaha Karyam.
Gajananaha. Gaja plus Ananaha. That is A plus A is equal to A.
A plus A is equal to A. Well done. Continue.
Girindraha. Giri plus Indra. That
Is it Giri or Giri?
Giri.
Just
plus
say Giri. Don't drag it.
Giri plus Indra. E plus E is equal to E.
See, now you have to make extra effort to ensure Hraswa are heard like Hraswa.
Yeah.
Our bad habit is to little bit drag everything. South Indian habit. Don't worry. I am also like you. But I have to train myself. So when I am reading a Hraswa, because it's technical now, Giri plus Indraha, Girindraha, E plus E. Little bit make it Pluta almost. Okay? Continue, Bhagini.
Natitam.
No.
Natitam. Natitam.
No. Natitam.
Natitam. Na plus atitam.
Correct.
That is A plus is equal to A.
Correct. The sandhi is over there. Okay? Well done. So, na plus atitam, a plus a. Very good. Continue.
Vadhuktihi. Vadhu plus uktihi. U plus U.
Correct. Perfect. Fifth one for you.
Vaniyam. Vani plus yam. E plus E is equal to E.
No. Second one is a hraswa. So,
Hraswa.
E plus E. E plus E is equal to E. Dirgha plus hraswa is equal to dirgha. Okay? Be very careful in your pronunciation. cut the harasva short, especially as you are analyzing. Of course, you are not expected to give oral answers in the exam, but I am thinking what you are pronouncing is what you are understanding. So I am always correcting your pronunciation because your understanding may be incorrect.
Yeah, writing also it will affect.
Yeah, if you end up pronouncing dirgha, you will end up writing dirgha. Okay? That's why we should make our pronunciation pakka. Okay? Thank you, Bhagini. Welcome. Now Sativarya. Sativarya, the young Sativarya. Mahodaya, your chance. Okay, I think he is probably not given record permission, so he is not heard. So I'll have to give up on him. So I'll mute him back, though it is almost futile because he won't be able to unmute. Satya Sai Varya, there are two phone and iPad in which you are joined. Make sure only you use one device and turn off the other device.
Yeah, namaste.
Please tell.
Bhavatu utsahaha. Bhavatu plus utsahaha. U plus U is equal to U.
Well done. Well pronounced. Continue, sir.
Evayam. Eva plus ayam. A plus A. A.
Hrasva, hrasva, dirgha. Okay. Well done. Continue.
Panindraha. Pani plus Indraha. E plus E is equal to E.
Well done.
Katuptihi. Katu plus Uptihi. U plus U is equal to U.
Perfect.
Sukhasanam. Sukha plus asanam. A plus A is equal to A.
Hrasva adhikam dirgha, dirgha bhavati. Very good. Well done, Varya. So let's invite Geeta M.
Mahodaya.
Mahodaye. Kshamyatam. Mahodaye. So you have to do the reverse now. Matha adhishaha, mathadhishaha. So dirgha is shown on examples. Okay.
Astu Mahodaya. Vidya adikam adipaha. Vidyadipaha. Ka adikam api kapi. Sudha adikam arnavaha. Sudarnavaha. Pushpa adikam archanam. Pushparchanam. Mahati adikam ichha. Mahati cha. Nadi adikam iha. Nadiha. Kavi adikam ishvaraha. Kavishvaraha. Sindhu adikam udakam. Sindhudakam. Patu adikam upayaha. Patupayaha. Nanu adikam unnataha. Nanunataha.
Excellent. I think Bhagini can answer the whole question paper in 10 minutes. See, she didn't even give me a chance to ask other students. So she is able to, cover for us. So if you get a seat next to her, you're in a happy state. Okay.
Dhanyavada Mahodaya.
Except she won't give you much time to copy. She will have gone. Well done. So we have this beautiful visualization of Meru Parvata, I guess, and Samudra Manthana taking place with Nagaraja as the rope. All the devas struggling on this side, all the Rakshasas trying on this side. Oh, Shiva is very careful. He keeps the poisonous head on
Thanks,
the
da. And Mole Puchita. Rukmani Raghavan.
Okay, Rukmini Varya is very happy, appreciating her son's help. So very good. Okay, so and then we have all these higher gods overseeing the whole thing. Interesting picture. And you see, this is the kurma type of thing shown there. Interesting aspect. I have to check where is the play there. Maybe it was the support for the action. Okay, we'll move forward. Sangrahya Vishayaha, Kshamyatam, multiple of them. So again, collectible pieces of knowledge. Famous force, Ashrama Chatushtayam, Brahmacharyam, Grihasthashramam. I have expanded it. Brahmacharyam, Grihasthashramam, Vanaprasthashramam, Sannyasashramam. Also you can say Grihastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyasah. So Ashramaha iti pullinge, Grihastha iti ashrame aropitamasti. But we use Grihastha in the sense of the actual person. So it is better to write this down as Grihasthashramaha. Okay, rather than Grihastha. But it's okay. This is a little technical. So at this point, it looks confusing. Brahmacharyam has no such confusion because the activity of Brahmacharya is Brahmacharya. Okay. So here actually it should have been Grahastyam, Vanaprastyam, Sannyasam, something like that. There is a Vriddhi allowed, which it's a little technical again. So people don't use it. But anyway, you guys got the deal. Typically, we say the first quadrant of life should be Brahmacharyam, the second quadrant should be Grihasthashrama, third quadrant should be Vanaprastha, and the final quadrant should be Sannyasa if you are able to get there. Okay, first three are definitely possible. The fourth one is a difficult aim because you have to actually give up everything, leave home, become a nomad, live on Bhiksha, and only focus on Adhyatma and teachings and things like that, and not worry about your Sharirik pleasures, even simple things such as having good food. So we know this. So if you are a good long-lived person, 25 each, otherwise 20 each, otherwise 15 each, whatever we take. Hopefully Brahmacharyam is 20 for sure, Grahastyam is 20 for sure. We usually end up getting cut short on the balance, I guess. Anyway, so beautiful concept. This is the 4 phases of life of a pious person. Narsimanvarya, you have an opinion? No. Chaturangani. So the 4, you can say Anga as the parts, right? The 4 parts of a nation, of a kingdom is Chaturangani. Okay. Rataha, Gajaha, Ashvaha, Padatihi. So the chariot, the elephant, the horse, and the soldier on his 2 feet. Padatihi literally means on his 2 feet. So Ratangaha, Ratangam Prayah, Ratangam, Gajangam, Ashwangam, Padati, we don't say Angam, Padatyangam, you can say also. Okay, so that is the thing. Then, so happens to be also the similar participant in the game of chess, if you notice. Chaturupayaha, 4 methods or means of getting things done. Okay? Chaturupayaha. This is meant normally for a king, but believe me, this applies to each one of us in its own way, because there are times when each one of us have to become a tiny leader to get something done. At that time, we have to know these things. Okay? This Sama, Dana, Danda are easy to understand. Veda, everybody misunderstands it. Okay? There are 2 different possible interpretations. So I'm sure the wise people here know better than me, but I will explain what I know. So Sama means coming into an agreement and avoiding conflict and resolving a situation, and that is leave and let live type of method. Okay? So Samantas are the subservient kings who are not themselves strong enough to face a Chakravarti. So they become Samanta, and the Chakravarti is not a bad one either. So they accept the superiority of the Chakravarti and live as Samantas without causing any intentional harm to the needs of the larger nation, okay, who is in their neighborhood. So Samantas. So the method used by the Chakravarti is the Samadanda, Samopaya. That means agreement upaya. Means convince each other. Then Danam. So when you buy your way out of a situation, that is Danam. Now, of course, it's not so beautiful as helping a neighbor to live well and thus avoid enemy status with him. Okay? If that neighbor is deserving of that. So like Nepal, Sri Lanka for us, okay, and Bangladesh to some extent for us. Okay? So Danam method. So Sama and Dana, very easy to understand. Then Bhedaha. Okay, let's get to Dandaha first. Dandaha, when the enemy is incapable of accepting peace or help and live and let live attitude, then Danda becomes the method. Okay, so that is when you use punishment as a means of getting peace. How important. Okay, then Bhedaha. Okay, now this is less understood, right? So in a very lowly sense, people interpret this to mean to show a higher level and a lower level and distinguish people that way. No, it is not that. This means in order to win over an enemy, create the situation of differentiation within that persona or within that group, kula, or within that rajya, which is acting like an enemy. So you create bheda as a means of achieving a peace in terms of saying, okay, create some internal conflict within there to avoid a war with the bigger one. Okay?
Is it like divide and rule, Mahodaya?
There is no rule. Divide and let rule.
Okay, okay.
I mean, don't make the enemy become too strong. When he is trying to do the akramana. See, if your neighbor is very strong, you better become a sama. You take the sama position and leave. Okay? And if you are having situational difficulty, don't hesitate to take dana. I am talking of the weaker side's viewpoint. And if you are acting too smart, then expect Bheda to come into your field. Because you are acting too smart to try and coerce yourself upon another who has means to create Bheda in you. Okay? And then Danda is when actual war ensues. Okay? Okay. Chatur Gata is too big. Okay. I mean, we have to read Chanakya's Shastra or derivative summary Shastras, Upashastras that exist of Nyaya Shastra, of Niti Shastra to understand this very well. It is there in parts of Mahabharata. There are Niti Shastras embedded in them. For example, Kanika Niti Shastra as told to Dhritarashtra by Kanika, one of his mantris. When Dhritarashtra is crying that, oh, Yudhishthira is becoming too strong, too famous, and all that nonsense. So this summary of this is taught by Kanika to Dhritarashtra. I'm quoting that because just very recently I am a student of a very young Guru Varya, who is a research scholar in JN University here in Bangalore, who teaches every day evening. And in that, we just recently read the chapter related to Kanika Niti Bodhanam or something like that. All right. Chaturgatayaha Devaha Manushyaha Tiryak Narakaha. So we are all Manushyas in this Bhumi, Mrityuloka, Martyaloka or Mrityuloka. Then Naraka, Adholoka. That means the miserable world. Okay? And then Tiryak is lower yoni within this Bhuloka. It's not as bad as Naraka, but it is like, you get degraded to a lower yoni. Yoni here means Janma. Okay? So you get degraded to a lower life. Or if you do well and have such aspirations, then Devaloka or Swargaloka is your higher gati. So this left side is upper movement, this is lower movements. Okay, this is typically our trap on the earth, as we know in Sanatana Dharma. And Devaloka and Naraka is also trap. Okay, there is something outside of these four called Moksha Varga. The Moksha Varga is the exit for us. Okay, ultimate gati. It's not under this Chaturgatayaha, but anyway, it's there. Chaturvedaha. This is very well known to us. Rigveda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, Atharva Veda. each of this Veda, why they are distinct is because they have certain important characteristic variation. Yajurveda's focus is on Yajna, Yaga and Sing. They play a very important role in Yajna, Yaga. Rigveda is one of the oldest Vedas and it focuses on Rik mantras which are very, very significant in meaning. It's more close to Jnana Yoga. Samaveda is actually Rik mantras recomposed into wonderful hymns that can be sung. That Samaveda. It has its own mantras, but significant amount of the mantras of Samaveda comes from Rik. All of them have Upanishadic content, Brahmanic content, Brahmana content, and all. Brahmana, don't confuse with the Purusha Brahmana content and all that. Anyway, Atharva Veda is more very practical Veda. So it is focusing on the practical aspects of life. Okay. So all these Vedic persons with this who belong to this Veda have a role in the Yajna Yaga. Just because Yajurveda has the hymns related to Yajna Yaga doesn't mean the other guys have. There are specific portions of the Veda of the rites where Samavedins have to sing, the Atharva Vedis have to oversee the whole thing. In fact, they are called the Brahma position in the Vedic altar. Okay. Then Chatur Vargaha, the four Vargas, Dharmaha, Arthaha, Kamaha, Mokshaha. Oh, we don't need to say much about this, right? So these fours are beautiful, right? See this Loka, this Deva Loka, Manushya Loka, Chatur Gatayaha or Chatur Loka also you can say. Then actually Gati is better because Tiryak is not a Loka. Both Manushyatva and Tiryak Yoni they are related to Bhuloka only. So Chatur Gatayaha is the correct. So Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. You can spend several lectures on that. We'll leave that alone. Okay? But believe me, Dharma is mentioned first correctly. That is the base of the pyramid. Then the two stacks on top of it is, the next is Artha and from Artha, Kama. And after getting bored with that, Moksha is the Gati. Realizing the futility of Kama. It's a trap. So, yeah. So, tradition. Shatayurvajradehaaya sarvasampatkaraya cha sarvarishtavinashaya nimbakadala bhakshanam. So this is this Bevu Bella, as we know in Kannada, Bevu Bella. You know, if you know Bevu or the neem tree, the flower is the bitter part. In fact, the bitterest is the seed, the fruit on top of the seed. If you have managed to eat it, which I have foolishly, and for 4 days suffered, that bitterness won't leave you for 4 days if you eat the seed of a neem or you take that flesh around the seed of a neem fruit. So this neem flower, very pleasant bitterness. It's an acquired taste, of course, along with good or bella, as we say in Kannada. We take it, right, in Yugadi. On Yugadi, day of the Yugadi, symbolically, we do the prashana of this. Okay? So at that time, we are supposed to recite this verse. Shatayuhu Vajradehaya Sarva Sampatkaraya cha. 100 years of life for a diamond strong body and for all prosperities. Sarvarishta Vinashaya, for destroying of all vignas, all shatrus that come along the way. Nimbakadala Bhakshanam, the partaking of the neem leaf or the petal, like that. Okay? Of course, they don't mention the good because nowadays we add it because we just can't consume the raw bitterness. This sloka is said to be recited when eating a mixture of neem and jaggery, and the parrot next to me agrees. I don't know if you can hear him. There's an old grandmaster parrot who comes to take rice from our, and jaggery on the day of Yugadi. The teacher, the tender shoot of the neem is to be eaten for a strong body. Okay, this I didn't know. We take the flowers, but that's okay. With a 100 years life to obtain all kinds of wealth and to ward off all evil. People also use boiled neem leaves in bathing water, etc., for certain diseases. It's known to help skin diseases. Okay, so we have finished it and we have the questions left. Correct the errors in the Visheshanas and rewrite the following sentences. So let's call Revati Balachandran Varye. Unmute yourself if you want to participate. Excellent. So you have to correct. Something is wrong. You have to figure out and correct. Unnatasu vriksheshu pakshinaha vasanti. Where do you think the error? Of course, they already said errors is in the Visheshana. So which is the Visheshana in this sentence?
Unnatasu.
Unnatasu. What is the fault in that, if any?
It should be unnateshu.
Very good. Why?
Because vriksheshu, unnateshu.
What linga?
Unnataha is also a vrikshaha is pullinga.
Very
so
good.
Unnataha should also be pullinga.
Correct. Excellent. Bhagini is correct. So it is originally Unnataha Vrikshaha, goes to Saptami, which Vachana?
Bahuvachana.
Bahuvachana. So it's going to 7.3. So Unnataha goes to Unnateshu, not Unnatasu. What is the linga of Unnatasu, Bhagini?
Unnatasu would be Strilinga.
Strilinga, Bahuvachana. Correct.
Bahuvachana.
Unnatasu, Latasu, Pushpani, Vartante. Something like that could be possibly correct sentence. So Unnatasu is correct with Latasu. Okay. Because that is Strilinga Bahuvachana Saptami. So why Saptami? Because it is a location of the Pakshis and many of them in Bahuvachana, Pratama Bahuvachana, Vasanti to track Pakshinaha. Beautiful. Well answered, Bhagini. So thanks, Revati Varye. So let us call Sharad Chavan Varya. Sharad Chavan Varya. Next one for you.
Traya Mahila Sambhashanam Kurvanti. Traya Traya Mahila.
What should be the correction?
Sir, Trini.
No. Trini is Napumsaka. Here, we have already help for you. See, Pullinga Trayaha, Strilinga Tisraha, Napumsakalinga Trini. So what is the linga of Mahila?
Strilinga.
Strilinga. What is the Vachana of Mahilaha?
Anek Vachan.
Mahilaha.
Singular, Ekvachana.
Bahuvachana. Mahilaha. Mahila, Mahile, Mahilaha. Bahuvachana. So, Trayaha is a Pullinga. Convert it to Strilinga. So, we have to go to this table, pick up the pink Tisraha. Instead of Trayaha, we have to pick up Tisraha. Tisraha Mahilaha Sambhashanam Kurvanti. I hope you got that, Mahodaya.
Yes, sir, I got it.
So, because already they have helped us saying errors in the Visheshana. So, first activity, what is Visheshana in this? And okay. Sarva is a Visheshana to Balaka. Prachina is a Visheshana Nagari. Then Chatvara is a Visheshana to Vidyarthi. Whether it is the correct Pratipadika is secondary. Then we have to see, this one is using Pullinga, it is using Napumsakala. The Vidyarthini is the word here. See, Vidyarthinyaha. So, Vidyarthini, so Strilinga. Like that, we have to work. Thanks, Varya. So, Ananya. Thanks. Ananya. Ananya Varya. Okay. She wants Anya to do it. Anusha Varya. Anusha.
सर्वाभ्यः बालकेभ्यः फलं देहि. Sarvabhyaha is a Visheshana. Balake does not follow Balakebhyaha is a pullinga.
Hmm.
So it should be sarvebhyah.
Sarvebhyah balakebhyah palam
Yeah.
dehi. To
Palam dehi.
all boys, you give the fruit. Okay, sarvebhyah pullinga. Okay. So unfortunately, of course, you can only look at balaka itself and learn that the form is sarvebhyah, because balaka is akaranta, sarva is akaranta, sarvebhyah balakebhyah, similar declension. Okay, easy enough. Thanks, Bhagini. Ananya, are you ready? No. Kanchana.
प्राचीने नगर्यां जनाः वसन्ति.
Hmm.
Nagaryam is in Saptami
Hmm.
Nagari.
Hmm.
So it should be Prachinayam.
Very good. Srilinga. Ekavachana Saptami. Prachinayam Nagaryam Janaha Vasanti. Wonderful. Because Prachina is Akaranta, Nagari is Ikaranta. Subtle difference is there in the declension. So we have to go Prachinayam Nagaryam. Pretty close. Am is coming. Janaha Vasanti. Prachinayam Strilinge. Well done, Kanchana Varye. Rajiv Varya. Rajiv Aditya.
Yes, sir.
Your choice.
चत्वारः विद्यार्थिन्य so the प्रथमे श्रेणीं प्राप्तवन्त्यः. So here vidyarthinya is vidyarthi is strilinga. So it
No. Hold on. Vidyarthini is strilinga, not vidyarthi. Vidyarthini is strilinga.
Okay, sir. And chatasraha is the strilinga in this case. So chatasraha vidyarthinya prathame shrenim
Shrenim praptavantyah. Praptavati, praptavatyau, praptavatyah. So chatasraha vidyarthinyah. So vidyarthini, vidyarthinyau, vidyarthinyah. Okay, nadi, nadyau, nadyah, vat. Pratama shrenim, karma pada. Praptavatyah, praptavati, praptavatyau, praptavatyah. Over time, we have to start practicing these ikarantas and all that. Hrasva, dirgha, all those variants. Okay, it will come to us. But Mahodaya has answered perfectly. Chatasraha. Okay. So, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
So now you guys can do crowd shouting. Okay. Say whether the following statements are correct or incorrect. Numerals are also adjectives in Sanskrit.
Yes, sir.
Correct.
Yes, correct.
Correct.
We
Yes.
agree. We all agree. In fact, just our whole practice has been that.
For that
So
one.
nothing new.
Yeah.
Okay. The forms of pancha, shat, etc. change according to gender.
No.
Oh, very good. They stick. So we see here all these pancha, shat, sapta, ashta. They are only one column. There is no stri, pul, pum, napum column. Trilinga kaha. Very good. Chatasraha balakaha is correct.
No.
So what should it be?
Chatvaraha.
Chatvaraha balakaha. Well done. Chatvaraha is the correct Visheshana. Visheshanam does not follow the vibhakti of the Visheshyam.
Wrong.
Wrong. It does follow.
It
That
does
is the
follow.
whole point.
It does follow. His whole point is that.
In fact, it follows two more things. It follows linga and vachana.
Vachanas and lingas. also.
Lingas also. Very good. Savarna dirgha sandhi is a type of swara sandhi.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes. Okay. I hope our final exam will have some simple questions for us. We will score a lot of marks. Okay. So here you see, I didn't give the meaning. Unnatasu vriksheshu pakshinaha vasanti. Amidst the tall trees, the birds live. Unnateshu, of course. Tisraha mahilaha sambhashanam kurvanti. 3 ladies do the talk. Katamasmi sundaryasi. Sundari asi. This is a end sandhi. But anyway, let's not worry. Okay. Then answer the following questions. Which...
If we want to say the third Mahila, the third lady talk, how will it be?
Tritiya Mahila. We have, I think, learned about cardinals, ordinals a little bit. If we haven't, we will follow that. Yeah. I think it is coming ahead, maybe. I don't know. I don't recall. Next lesson. Answer the following questions. Which numeral forms change according to gender?
Ekam,
One, two,
dve,
three, four.
त्रीणि, चत्वारि.
Very good. Ekam, dve, trini, chatvari. Ete ete sankhyaha. Ete sankhyaha linga parivartanam darshayanti. Something like that. But you have to answer in English, so don't struggle, Mikey. 1, 2, 3, and 4 change according to gender in Samskritam. But you can. It'll be nice if you can actually put the forms also. Okay. See, ekah, eka, ekam, dve, dvau, dve, dve, trayah, tisrah, trini, chatvarah, chatasrah, chatvari. Good to practice. Okay. How do you get the answer for the puzzle from the na, tena?
By joining them.
By joining them. Very good. By removing the space or the avasanam character, or by joining them, you get the answer, because na tena means not by him, na tena means by the one who bowed. So it completely changes the meaning to match the remaining part of the verse. If you remember the verse, you can quote it, but enough to give this much answer. What does not give up desire? Who does not give up desire?
An old man
But what kind of an old man?
with gray hair and teeth gone and who walks with a stick. So does not
all that you have to say, little bit. Okay. Or you can even bring the earlier subhashitas. Ashayaha dasahayah saha na tyajati. Because they are dasas of Asha. Okay, so they do not give up desire because they have become slaves of it. But in the context of the current thing, Galitangaha, Palitamundaha, Damshavihinaha, Vruddhaha api Ashapindam na tyajati. Okay, what is meant by Ekadeshaha? I think I probably have mistaught this earlier. Ekadesha means that which replaces both. Okay, Adesha is one, unique one for both ends. Okay. So I will give the answer myself. Sandhi karye yada dve akshare ekaksharam bhavati tada ekadesha sandhihi iti namna tam suchayama. So tam it should have been. Okay, Strilinga. Anyway, when in the sandhi karya two letters get replaced by one common letter, then that is called ekadesha. The adesha is single. It's not leaving, it is replacing both. Okay, as a singular replacer. That's so I may have explained it incorrectly earlier. Excuse me for that. So ekadesha is when it is actually like savarna dirgha sandhi is a ekadesha sandhi. Okay, vriddhi sandhi, guna sandhi, savarna dirgha sandhi, end sandhi. End sandhi is not. I apologize. So if you go back to this table, this table. So you see here, this yellow guna sandhi is ekadesha. This vriddhi sandhi is ekadesha. This savarna dirgha sandhi is ekadesha. The blue band, which is end sandhi, is not ekadesha. It only is purvadesha. Same way, this yantavanta desha, which you are going to learn later, is also purvadesha. So only the yellow, the pink, and the green, the vriddhi, guna, vriddhi, and savarna dirgha, these are ekadesha sandhis in the list we are looking at. Okay? Okay. So with that we have
Adesha. Adesha, what does it mean?
Adesha means that which comes and replaces. Okay. That is called Adesha. There are two variants. One is called Adesha Sandhi, another is called Agama Sandhi. The three Sandhis, Savarna Dirgha Sandhi, Vriddhi Sandhi, and Guna Sandhi, they are Adesha Sandhis. Okay. So also End Sandhi is also Adesha Sandhi. Yantavanta Desha is also Adesha. In fact, Yantavanta Desha has Adesha built into it. But the difference between Yanta on one side and the other three on the other side is the other three, the first three, the Savarna Dirgha, Vriddhi, Guna, they are Ekadesha Adesha Sandhis. The others are Purvadesha Adesha Sandhis. Okay? Other two.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so with that, we have concluded the second lesson. Not bad in 3.5 sessions or so. So now we take a break and we restart in about 3 minutes at 12:03, Samyata. Just 3 minutes past midday, we will start with the second lesson. Okay, take a water break now. Okay, and I will get the things ready. Namasarvebhyah. तो अग्रे सरामः. इदानीं तृतीयपाठे प्रवेशः. अस्माकं प्रवेशः तृतीयपाठे. अद्भुतं यत् अस्मिन् मासे अर्थात् मे मासे एव तृतीयपाठे अपि प्रवेशः स्यात् अस्माकम् इति। तु एतत्तु कृतमेव, तु इदानीम् अग्रे सरामः। तु तृतीयपाठे श्लोकः एवमस्ति, अर्थात् उक्तिः एवमस्ति, नियतो यत्र धर्मो वै तमशङ्कः समाचर। नियतो यत्र धर्मो वै तमशङ्कः समाचर इति महाभारतम्. Where dharma is clear, practice it without hesitation. So niyataha, that it is becoming very known and clear when there is no doubt. When there is no doubt, where dharma is very clear to you, where what is dharmic and what is adharmic is clear to you, to your conscious, because of your knowledge, prayer knowledge, and your innate sense of dharma, tam ashankah bhutva iti we have to add it. So ashankah bhutva tam karyam. Okay, tam karyam dharmam kimapi. Ashankah bhutva samachara. Tam vai, we can add the vai there. Okay, vai is like indeed sense is there. Okay, indeed sense. Or niyataha bhutva, nihata vai. You can add it in a few places without changing meaning too much. So please execute that dharmic action without doubt. It is a travesty in Mahabharata that this is being taught by Bhishma Pitamaha here on his final exits thing. Ichamarani, despite all this arrow, he was in Ichamarani anyway. So he is giving this piece of advice to the Dhritarashtra and the Pandavas. In fact, Krishna is also over there at his very deathbed after the war. So the travesty is this. Actually, why I am saying what I say is Vyasa is brilliant in painting the characters of Mahabharata. So he has given very, 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 very human nature to everyone. There are lots of faults of even Yudhishthira that he accents up in the way he depicts him. Okay, Bhishma Pitamaha, he lived a very dharmic life, no question. No question. He sacrificed his own happiness, his own sharirik thing, everything for the sake of the kingdom, because he had promised someone, etc., and all that, just to help his father obtain a second wife. All that he did is amazing. Okay, but when does Bhishma Pitamaha's weakness show up? When he actually is in the scene of Draupadi's Vastraharana. At that time, the weakness of Bhishma and many others show up actually. They are unable to speak up. They are unable to speak up and ensure that, it doesn't require divine intervention for Draupadi to be protected. So that is when little bit human fallacy of these otherwise very knowledgeable people get shown up by Vyasa. Anyway, so but he is telling at that time why dharma was not clear to him is my question. Okay, our question. When we read the original Mahabharata also, these questions come to us. So he is indeed telling, probably in Bhishma's mind, the dharma was unclear. Should I be subservient to the king to whom I am aligned with? How do you say, alleged, or some word is there in English for that? So, or should I speak the truth? That clash of dharmas got him confused. Anyway, so niyataha yatra dharmaha vai tam ashankah samachara tam dharmam ashankah samachara. Yatra dharmaha kaha iti niyataha vai tatra tam dharmam tvam ashankah bhutva samachara. So now what is the context of this? You see, I already told you, this picture itself is telling what is the context of this saying, but it will be nice to see some previous verses to slowly bring into this ukti. Yan mam bhavanto vakshyanti Karyamartha-samanvitam tadaham vai karishyami natra karya vicharana tamuchuratha devaste te chaiva paramarshayah niyato yatra dharmo vai tamashankaha samachara. So amongst lot of niti vachanas, he is uttering this. Okay. So what others yat mam bhavantah vakshyanti, what you tell me. Okay. Karyam artha samanvitam, the work that is filled with purpose or meaning. Tad aham vai karishyami, I will indeed do that. Na atra karya vicharana, you don't need to worry about me not doing such a thing. Tam uchuhu atha devahate, so the devas therefore told you, te cha eva paramarshayah, it's a type of sandhi, and so, and also the great rishis have told, this is what they have told, niyataha yatra dharmaha vai tam ashankaha samachara. So in context of that, okay, this whole thing. So other things are kind of giving little more context to this, but obviously to get full context we have to read the whole Shanti Parva to get that. Okay.
So one
So,
question is there.
niyato yatra dharmo vai tamashanka samachara. Yes, Varya.
This form niyato or dharmo change from visarga to okar.
Ukara. It's called Uttva of Visarga. In the presence of certain soft letters that follow, swaras and soft letters that follow, Visargas get transformed into Ukara, and the Akara, Ukara, which is then part of that ending, will generate an Okara. So this is called Uttva Sandhi, Uttva Visargasya Uttva Sandhi, we call it. Okay, or just Uttva. Okay. So you will see this niyato, yatra, dharmo, vai. You see ya, va. These are all soft consonants. Okay. But here you see sakara is a harsh consonant. Okay. That's why it has remained as a visarga. Tamashankah samachara. So ashankah samachara. Or if you want, there is a sattva. You can ashankas samachara, like that you can do, but it has been chosen to be not done. I don't know all the subtleties, but yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, as you know, Mahabharata is huge, 12.59.109. Index is quite large. Okay. So, Bhasha Abhyasa. So, at this lesson level, we are going to learn exactly what was the question a bit earlier in the class, right? How to say the first student, third student, that type of thing. They are going to teach us right here. So, luckily, the answer comes within the same session. Purana Pratyayanta. Okay, this Purana Pratyayanta means ordinal number forms is Purana Pratyayanta. In Samskrita, since we do that ordinality by adding a pratyaya, such a pratyaya is called Purana Pratyaya. Purana Pratyaya is the technical name for it. So the Sankhyas with Purana Pratyaya as the Anta, as the ending, are Purana Pratyayantaha, or the ordinals. So first, second, such things, right? In English, it is st, all those variants. In Sanskritam, it has its own mechanisms. And also, it obviously always in Sanskritam, a namapada, if it is not an avyaya, becomes declinable. So it appears in different vibhaktis also. Okay, so now, without further technicality, let us just do some simple learning by reading these sentences. And as usual, we will take help of Mamata Saini to read for us. Mamata Saini. Variye, Mamata Variye.
Yes, sir.
Please kindly read 5 sentences slowly, Bhagini.
Panktau prathamah balakah vamanah asti.
So pause there. So Panktau, in the queue, Pratamaha balakah, the first boy, Vamanah asti, is short. Continue, Bhagini.
पुस्तकस्य प्रथमे पुटे प्रास्ताविकम् अस्ति.
Of the book, in the first page, Prathame Pute. Beautiful Sanskrit, right? So all that in the first becomes Prathame, as simple as that. Pute, to go the Visheshana Visheshya. So Prathame Pute. Of course, Visheshya is Puta, Visheshana is Prathama. So Prathama is tracking Puta. Prathame Pute Prastavikam Asti. Prastavikam. Prastavanam means to state the details in a summary, right? To put forth an introduction. Okay. A simple introduction gets a name like Prastavikam in Sanskritam. Asti. So in the first page of the book, there is an introductory section. Continue, Bhagini.
गिरीशस्य प्रथमा अग्रजा वित्तकोशे कार्यं करोति.
Of Girisha, the first elder sister. So Prathama Agraja, he's a lucky guy. He has more than one elder sisters. Okay, like me. Prathama Agraja, Vittakoshe, he is much more lucky. Vittakoshe karyam karoti sa. I mean, she works in a bank. Okay, that doesn't mean she will bring a lot of money. I just pulled one there. Don't worry. So Girisha, he himself is Girisha. What does he need? So Prathama Agraja Vittakoshe. So Prathama Agraja. Prathama Vibhakti Strilinga Ekavachana. Prathama Agraja. Continue, Bhagini.
गिरिजायाः द्वितीया अग्रजा संगणककार्यालये कार्यं करोति.
Girija. So she is born to not Girisha. Anyway, Girija, the Parvati, Girijayaha, Parvatyaha of Girija, Dvitiya Agraja, the second elder sister. Again, Ekavachana. Dvitiya Agraja, Sanganaka Karyalaye, in the computer workplace. That means in some IT company. Karyam Karoti, work she does. Continue, Bhagini.
विद्यालये द्वितीयः प्रकोष्ठः विशालः अस्ति.
In the school, the second room, broad it is, big it is. Okay, so there is a big room. This big second room in the school is big. That's what they want to say. Thanks, Bhagini. Well read.
Thank you.
So let's see whom we can. I have to call some new persons whom I am not involved. Nagarajan Varya, K. Nagarajan Varya. Narsimham Varya, I will come to you. Let Nagarajan Varya participate. Nagarajan Varya. Can you say, sir? 6th onwards. Nothing is heard. Again, I think he has not done the accept recording process when entering Zoom. Though I see his mic icon, unmuted. I hear nothing because security has blocked him from speaking because he has shown the desire not to be recorded. Sorry, Varya. Next time, please pay attention when you log in. So let's call Narsimham Varya, who is ever into Narsimham Varya. Yeah, yes, 6th onwards. Please read, sir.
Yeah. द्वितीयस्य अट्टस्य उपरि तृतीयः अट्टः अस्ति. पाण्डवेषु.
Hold on. Yeah, okay, so earlier I already explained the vachana. Here I forgot to click and do the visual annotation. Don't worry about that. We'll going forward do this. So dvitiyasya attasya shashti ekavachana. Dvitiyaha attaha dvitiyasya attasya. So shashti ekavachana pullinga. Okay. What is this? Prathama. There is Tritiyaha Attaha. Okay, now I understand. So the Tritiyaha Attaha is also Visheshana Visheshya pair there. So third level is there. So the very obvious, upon the second story is the third level. Second level of the building is the third level. That's all it wants to say. Okay? It is not hanging from the sky, or somebody has not skipped, but you will see magical buildings where there is no 13th floor, right? So it is possible that the 14th floor is on top of the 12th floor in India and other places. So nothing new in stating this accurately. Okay, so That's the vachana. Shashti vibhakti is the first one and Pratama vibhakti is the second one. Both are pullinga. Seventh, sir.
Pandaveshu Panchamaha Asti Sahadevah.
The fifth guy amongst the Pandavas is Sahadeva. So Panchamaha is Visheshana to which word in the sentence, Varya? Can you tell?
Sahadeva.
Very good. Very good. See, this is the skill we have to develop. We necessarily always shouldn't look at the right, left, etc. Where to go? So definitely cannot be Visheshana to Pandaveshu.
No.
Then it should have been Panchasu Pandaveshu, something like that, right? It is not Panchasu Pandaveshu, it's Panchamaha. So Sahadeva is the Ekavachana Pullinga. It matches that. So it aligns to. But also we know fifth guy is Sahadeva. We don't have any doubt. So by circumstantial knowledge, also Narasimhan Varya will definitely answer. But anyway, so by technically we can find out also. Okay. Pratama Pullinga Ekavachana. Continue, sir.
Bhagavad Gitayam Sastah Adhyayah Atmasayam Yoga.
So Shashtaha Adhyayah goes with a pair. Sixth chapter. So what linga you want to guess, sir?
Shashtaha Adhyayah, it is Pullinga only, sir.
Pullinga only. Adhyayah is talking to us, right?
Pullinga.
Adhyayah is Pullinga. So sixth chapter. So it's a Pullinga. So Bhagavad Gita is Strilinga. So that's why Saptami Ekavachana Strilinga there. Bhagavad Gitayam. Shashtaha Adhyayah Pullinga Pratama Vibhakti Ekavachana Atma Samyama Yoga iti. Iti we can add mentally. Okay? Bhavati iti asti. Something we can add. Okay? Ninth one for you.
Vargasya Saptame Dine Kaumudi Bhojanam Asit.
So, okay, we have well past the seventh day, so don't expect any Kaumudi Bhojana in my class, sadly. Any Kaumudi Bhojana is virtual on the computer. Anyway, Vargasya Saptame Dine, of the class, upon the seventh day, or on the seventh day, in the seventh day, however you want to say in English. Kaumudi Bhojanam Asit. The moonlight dinner. What a beautiful name. Kaumudi Bhojanam. Moonlight dinner was there. Okay, Kaumudi is moonlight. And typically moonlight Bhojana happens on full moon days, right? So Kaumudi essentially is most pleasant on a full moon day because the moon is just there up in the sky a little bit, spreading the beautiful light, cool light for us. So that's the time. So that is when all our senses are in the heightened state also to enjoy. So perfect. So Saptami Napumsakalinga Ekavachana Bhojanam Kaumudi Saptame Dine Saptami. So Saptame Dine Saptami Ekavachana Napumsaka Dinam Dine. Okay, nothing to do with Bhojanam. I misdirected you guys. Look at Saptami and Saptame and Dine.
Sir, Kaumudi, is it also Visheshanam?
It is a Visheshanam, but it is embedded in the Samasta. Sorry, it is not a Visheshanam. Here it is part of the Samasta. Kaumudyam Bhojanam, Kaumudi Bhojanam.
Because I thought
Saptami Tatpurusha Samasa, it is kind of.
I thought that it is describing Bhojan. So Kaumudi Bhojan.
No. Bhojana is not pleasant. Hopefully it is also pleasant. But it is the moonlight that is pleasant. That's called Kaumudi. That's all. Yeah. So the whole Kaumudi, Kaumudyam Bhojanam is in the Kaumudi, the dinner. I'm assuming it is dinner because if Kaumudi has happened, then close to dinner time. It can't be lunch time. So, 10th one, Mahodaya.
Yeah. Ashtadashe Dine Mahabharata Yuddham Samaptam.
What do you think? Vibhakti,
Sir, Dine is the Saptami Vibhakti. Ashtadashe is also Saptami Vibhakti.
Very good. And what linga can you identify?
Dinam Dine Dinani. It is Napumsakalinga.
Napumsakalinga. Very good, Varya. Well done. Saptami Napumsaka Ekavachana.
Yes,
so beautiful painting by some artist. It's just too small visual that I have added. This was a whole page. Wonderful. It's actually a perspective about 30-40 feet up in the sky type of perspective. It takes a lot of artistic skill to paint like this. It's very easy to paint as if we are on the ground. It takes much more skill to paint as if we are in the sky. So that his guy has done, like a drone shot painting. Beautiful. Anyway.
Sir, one doubt. The pustakasya prathame pute prastavikam asti. Now, if you want to change this from kartari prayog to karmani, how will it become?
See, this whole thing is fitting a kartari sense because prastavika is there. So the whole sentence is basically introduction is there. So it's not like there is a perceiver involved in this, right? If there is a perceiver involved and if you want to pull in the involvement, you can say it's already karmani because balakena prastavikam drishtam iti kimapi. Then you have to bring that seer into the picture. Asti is not able to bring in that seer because prastavika itself is the karta and it's in the kartari, that's it. The observer, there is no observer specifically, you can say. So, but if you want to bring an observer, then you can talk about kartari karmani. Then you can say balakena pratame pute prastavikam patitam. Something like that you have to bring. Okay?
Sir.
Am I making sense? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this karmani kartari, it's a good question. Karmani kartari is a little bit of lame prayoga if there is observer involvement is not there in the way it is stated. Generally, it tends to be a kind of passive sentence anyway with a lack of observer. So to call it karmani is a little weak because there is no karta involvement in that. Karma itself is prastavikam asti. You can call it actually kartari because prastavikam itself is the observer and it is there. That sense you can bring it. So it's a lame discussion. So when you bring a subject, object and kriya, then kartari karmani play becomes a little bit more heightened and involved. Okay?
Yes, sir.
In the above sentences, the words in bold type are ordinals. In the Samskrita language, ordinals are called Purana Pratyayantaha. Little longish, but technically lovely name. Okay. Note the difference between cardinals, that is ekam, dve, trini, etc., and the ordinals pratamaha, dvitiyaha, tritiyaha, tavat pratamam, dvitiyam, tritiyam, etc. Okay. So we move forward. So now they are giving us help in the book with the tables. So it's a matter of reading through it and practicing it. So Sankyaha originals are Ekam, Dve, Trini. So this becomes Pratamaha, Dvitiyaha, Tritiyaha. Dasha, for example, goes to Dashamaha. Vimshatihi goes to Vimshati Tamaha. So what we are noticing? We are noticing certain differences. So here there is a Eka change to Pratha, I mean complete transformation. Pratamaha. But the Maha ending is somewhat similar to how Dashamaha came. Then Dvitiyaha, Dve, okay, Dve, little bit nice tracking is there. Then Yaha, Tiyaha, like that comes. So there are different things at play with this Pratyayanta. So that's what they want to teach us. And if you go to Vimshatihi, 20, which is a Strilinga, by word it is Strilinga, it is a Trilingaka in the end, but okay, anyway. Vimshati Tamaha. Okay, so the 20th fella, masculine, Vimshati Tama, something like Tami, Vimshati Tami, something like that. It's there next, I think. Okay, we'll not worry about it now. So this table is helping us. So I will make even a more compact one to show later because this is all very big. So this is good enough to practice for now. So what I will do, invite Indira Varye. Indira ji. Indira ji, you are okay? You are okay to read?
Yeah, okay, sir.
Please read, yeah.
Okay. Purana Pratyayantaha, Sankyayaha, Pullinga, Strilinga, Napumsakalinga.
Yeah.
Dve, Dvitiyaha, Dvitiya.
No. Harasva, you have to carefully, don't hurry. Number one, don't hurry.
Okay,
Give a gap between readings. And number two, please notice the Harasva Dirga and read slowly for us. Okay?
Okay. Dve, Dvitiyaha, द्वितीया द्वितीयम्.
Very good.
Okay. त्रीणि तृतीयः तृतीया तृतीयम्. चत्वारि चतुर्दः चतुर्दि चतुर्दम्.
Okay, little bit Mahodaya's voice little bit has that Tamil inflection, ignore it. So Chaturthi, it's not Chaturdi, Chaturthi. Okay, so we Indians have to learn to distinguish these inflections and understand the meaning. That's our skill that we have to develop. Okay, because it will be very difficult for Mahodaya to get rid of that. From childhood he would have practiced that way, so I can understand. Okay, so that is finished. Panchasa.
पंच पंचमः पंचमी पंचमम्. षट् षष्ठः षष्ठी षष्ठमम्.
षष्ठम.
षष्ठम, yeah, sorry. सप्त सप्तमः सप्तमी सप्तमम्. अष्ट अष्टमः अष्टमी अष्टमम्. नव नवमः नवमी नवमम्. दश दशमः दशमी दशमम्.
Dashamam. Excellent, Varya. Thanks for reading it for us. So what we note is Dvitiyaha, Tritiyaha, Chaturtaha, Panchamaha, Shashtaha, Saptamaha, Ashtamaha, Navamaha, Dashamaha. This is the better way to practice all in Pullinga ones. So we got that. Okay. Both have benefits. Row-wise reading, column-wise reading always benefit us. That we know both we should practice. Next, Dvitiya, Tritiya, Chaturthi. See, this is not anymore Chaturtha. Very common errors that will happen in our brain is Chaturtha, Panchama, Shashta, Saptama, like that. Okay, but it switches to Ikarantas. Only Dvitiya, Tritiya and Prathama. For some reason, Samskrita Bharati missed the Prathama row. I have added it here. Ekam, Prathamaha, Prathama, Prathamam. Okay, so Prathama is also A. So Prathama, Dvitiya, Tritiya. After that, E, Chaturthi, Panchami, Shashti, Saptami, Ashti, Navami. After that, consistently it is so. Hopefully it will hold true later also. Okay. Then Dvitiyam, Tritiyam, Chaturtam, Panchamam, Shashtam, Saptamam, Ashtamam, Navamam, Dashamam. Very consistent. Napumsaka mam, 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 mam. We are all becoming mum. Okay. Now, Revati, Varye.
Mahoday.
Mahoday, please read for these columns for us.
Yeah, sure. Ekadash, Ekadashah, Ekadashi, Ekadasham. Dvadash, Dvadashah, Dvadashi, Dvadasham. Trayodasha, Trayodashah, Trayodashi, Trayodasham.
One pause. See, notice this. Notice the Sankhya itself, right? See, Dve, Trini, Chatvari, Pancha. They are all in Napumsaka by native. In a sense, we call them as Napumsaka forms. Okay, but we know that only Dve, Trini, Chatvari and Chatvari and Ekam. They are in Napumsaka. Pancha is common sound for Napumsaka, Pullinga and Strilinga. Same way, Dasha, Eka, Dasha. So you don't say, when you say the Sankhya, you have to just say Ekadasha. You don't say Ekadashaha. Moment you make it Ekadashaha, because in Sanskrit you think everything we have to add Visarga, you have switched over from ordinal to cardinal to ordinal. It's a mistake. This column is the cardinal column, Sankhya column. These columns are ordinals, are Purna Pratyayantas. So it's very critical you don't do this error, because you're changing the very nature of the number from just a number to a rank of that number. Okay? You're not always are desiring to rank it. You're just desiring to count something, right? Ekadasha balakaha santi. You can't say ekadashaha balakaha santi. Gone. Okay? Mistake. That's why it's very critical to notice the Sankhya column. It is not the Pratipadika. It is the Sampurna number form, except the first four. The first one is missing there. First four are having variations of Linga. All the rest don't. Pancha onwards don't. Okay. Keep all that in mind for now. Okay. Mahodaya, continue with Chaturdasha.
Trayodasha, Trayodashaha, Trayodashi, Trayodasham. Chaturdasha, Chaturdashaha, Chaturdashi, Chaturdasham. Panchadasha, Panchadashaha, Panchadashi, Panchadasham. Shodasha, Shodashaha, Shodashi, षोडशम् सप्तदश सप्तदशः सप्तदशी सप्तदशम् अष्टादश अष्टादशः अष्टादशी अष्टादशम् नवदश नवदशः नवदशी नवदश.
So in India, in all languages, we pay specific attentions to 1 through 10 as one set, then teens. 11 through 19 always have special forms. Even in our mother tongues, if you notice, they are quite unique. Then 20 onwards tend to be kind of regular. All you have to remember is how is 20 pronounced, how is 30 pronounced, how is 40 pronounced. After that, it becomes fairly easy to grow into 31, 42, all those variants. Okay? So that's why they are going very carefully for the first 20 numbers. After that, you will see they will jump decades, then jump centuries, and so on and so forth. Okay? So that is that whole decimal system that India gave birth to is evident right from the Sanskrit names for this numbers. So just before we take a break for lunch today, let me read off the balance. Thank you, Bhagini. Thank you very much. Nagarajan Varya, you have a question? No. I think I just have to mute him. He must still probably, because of permission issue, unable to speak. Anyway, so Vimshatihi, Vimshati Tamaha. See, this is where the switch happened. That's why I pushed to a new slide. So till now, there was no Tama business. In the previous slide, there was no Tamagama business. All Maha, Ya, Yam, like this, right? No Takara getting into the picture. Here, this Tama business starts. So you can look at it as Tama business after 20. Or you can say we all become Tamasic after 20 years. Till then we are Rajasic. That way also you can think. If it is easy to remember. Okay. So, but don't confuse it with Tamasic and Rajasic and all that. Anyway. Vimshatihi, Vimshati Tamaha, Vimshati Tami. Luckily, Ikaranta continues. See, after that first few, we get Ikaranta for Strilinga. That is a different type of Stri Pratyaya is used consistently. Vimshati Tamam. Okay, Vimshati Tamaha, Vimshati Tami, Vimshati Tamam. 20th fella, 20th lady, 20th girl, 20th friend or something which is in Napumsaka. Ekavimshatihi, Ekavimshati Tamaha, Ekavimshati Tami, Ekavimshati Tamam. So now what happened? The same Vimshati Tamaha, Vimshati Tami, Vimshati Tamam is at play. Eka got attached as a addendum to add itself to the 20. So 1 and 20 is how Indians always counted. 1 and 20, 2 and 20. The and is missing because no need to keep pronouncing. So Eka Vimshati Tami, 120. So our counting style is not 21. Our counting style is 1 and 20. Okay? That's our style. Okay? Then Trimshat Tamaha. Because the Halanta Takara also was there, the Ta collides with the Tamaha Ta and becomes double Ta, accented Ta. So Vimshat Tamaha. Attack, release. Vimshat Tamaha. Not Vimshat Tamaha. Vimshat Tamaha. Attack, release. Okay? 2 Takaras. Then Trimshat Tamaha. Trimshat Tamaha. Trimshat Tami. Trimshat Tamam. Chatvarimshat Tamaha, Chatvarimshat Tami, Chatvarimshat Tamam. Okay. Then they skipped all the way. Panchashat, Shashti they should have listed here because it is having unique sound. Anyway, Saptatihi also. They went to Navatihi. So Navatihi, Navati Tamaha, Navati Tami, Navati Tamam, or Dvinavatihi, Dvinavati Tamaha, Dvinavati Tami, Dvinavati Tamam. Same way, Trinavati, Trinavatihi, Chaturnavatihi, something like that. Okay. Happens. Shatam, Shatatamaha, Shatatami, Shatatamam. Okay. So 100, 100th in 3 lingas. Shatatamaha, Shatatami, Shatatamam. Okay. To get Purna Pratyayanta forms of numerals from Vimshatihi onwards, Tamaha, Tami, Tamam should be affixed to the Sankhya Vachaka Shabda. Very straightforward. These affixes are not added to numerals below 20. So this Tama business is after 20. 20 onwards, 20 inclusive. Okay. Below 20 only, it is not used. Okay, all right. So we will take a break now. We start with an exercise in the afternoon after a good lunch and a rest. Come back with well woken up mind to attempt these tests. Thank you very much. Have a nice lunch break and gather back in good numbers at 3 p.m. See you.